say big shit poppin', that little shit stoppin', big shit poppin', okay, that little shit stoppin', big shit poppin', that's right, that little shit stoppin', ball on these niggas be and now do it up, do it up, do it what you waiting for, cause I'ma do it, what you waiting for, you know we do it, what you waiting for.
So what's up, family? I'm back for my second video, and this video is going to be a beginner's tutorial on the characters, the character process, how to develop your characters, and what each thing on a character selection screen, what it means. So when you select a card, alright, you see a couple things that just stands out. You see the rarity of the card, as far as whether it's a B card, A card, S card, double S card, triple S card, Omega card, all that other stuff. We'll get into Omegas and triple S's later on in future videos, but for now, we're just going to go over the beginner portions of this. And you see my Madara have 7 stars. That my Madara is a 7-star Madara. Stars are built by, if we come to the skill screen, you see these stones right here. These soul stones. These are actually the character soul stones. You got to get, at first, when you first get a character, it starts off with, let me show you an example. Android 18, she has, I have her and only have her at 1 star. It'll take me 30 stones of hers, 30 of her stones to make her a 2-star card. Then the next one will be 60 stones. Then the next one will be 120 stones, and so on and so forth. And the way that works, that basically brings up the attributes of the character. Definitely, it really takes a character to new heights. All right. So let's go back to Madara. And another thing, for all you Dragon Ball fans, you will understand the concept of power, right? Your power level. So my Madara's power level is 3,626,000 points of power. That's pretty much an easy rating on your strength versus somebody else's strength. So if you were to go against somebody or anything like that, and you do your research on their team, you can get a good idea of where you stand against them. You know, if you come to Madara and you're expecting a good fight with him, and your whole team's power level is 3 million, you're probably gonna get beat up. You know, it's just something that's simple to say. So, and that also points to the reasoning why I was explaining, like, if you are playing for free, you know, you want to focus on one character, because what's the purpose of having 5 weak characters and you can have 1 super strong character? You know, there's people that I fight on here now, even at my level, you know, and I'm probably, you know, not really just bragging, but just in truth, I'm probably one of the top fighters on this game in the world, at least the top 30, 40 in the world, 50 maybe in the world on this game, or at least on this producer's game, Deep Sea Productions, because every time we get in Grand Magic, that's around the ranking I land at the end of the 7 days that is on. So your key is to have focus on one character at a time. You know, I've been the type, I've kind of splurged a little bit. You know, every month I spend $10 on my VIP cards, and you know, I don't mind putting a little extra money into the game. I love the game so much, you know, that I do end up doing that. But what I want to do is I want to take the time for people who don't want to or can't, you know, put any money in the game. I highly recommend, if you spend at least $10, then your whole experience is totally different. You don't have to really be stuck to one character, you know. But even if you do spend the $10, you still want to do one character at a time. And what I mean by that is, say for instance, you're training up your Madara. All right. The first thing that you do as you start building up these stars, You know, that's priority number one. Get his stars up, because that affects all of these base numbers. You want these base numbers over here to get as high as they can be. Strength, intelligence, dexterity, vitality. Madara is a strength character. Alright? So the higher his strength, main number is right here, the higher his multipliers on his attributes will be. You know, so like for instance, his strength is 18,000 plus all the stuff I've added to him with 28,000. This stuff is other things that you can do, like gallery, your training, your feathers, your awake. That's what all this stuff in the green is. And this stuff in the white is everything based off of just the character card, the stars. Alright? So you want to get these base numbers as high as you can get them. And you can mostly do that only by starring these characters up or defying them, which for you, if you're doing an SS card, it will be God leveling, or if you're doing a B card, you would be soaring them. Same thing as an S card, you would be soaring them. We'll get into all that eventually, and I want to try to take it, step by step with you guys so you guys can understand what it's about. Alright, training. Well, let's do upgrades. So with upgrades, what this does is you have to get these training shields here. These training shields, they come from doing adventure. Let me show you. So you come over here to your daily task, and out in the world, you have this adventure. This is probably one of the best places to get your training up. Now, you always can skip the fight if your power level is higher than the enemy's power level in this place. And I typically do that a lot because I just want to hurry up and get through it. See, so you see, I get 200 training shields plus three Lulu stones. All right, for y'all Bleach fans, y'all know her real name. All right, so you get. Also, you can spend 5 diamonds a piece to refresh. One thing that I typically do is if I do decide to refresh, which I haven't done in a while, this is my first time doing it just for video purposes. The best way to do this is to refresh 3 times. Spend 15 diamonds, but only when you see training shields. Whenever it's the currency that comes up, which is Benny, I think. I forgot what the dog currency is. I don't know why the hell I forgot the name of it. Well, whenever the currency comes up, 3 times won't get you a purple box. But if you spend 15 diamonds on each chest refreshing, you're guaranteed to get a purple box, which will give you 400 shields, and it'll double what your stones are that you're getting. Alright, or double the gold that you're getting. So that's just something good to keep in mind if you're trying to, get an increase in shields quick. But that goes back into the first 5 rules of the game that I kind of would like for you guys to embrace. The first rule is you want to save as many of your diamonds as possible and spend them wisely. All right, so this means that if you can get something for free with just waiting, then wait. Don't spend your diamonds, especially if you don't have any M cards. If you're playing for free, these are some valuable things that you are not going to be getting readily like that. You'll have a couple every day. If you play for free, you could probably get, maybe 400, 500 for free every day, maybe. It depends on your rank in the arena, because that's also a reward in the arena for being a certain rank, like above a certain stage. Like if you're above 150 in the ranking, I think you get somewhere around like 100. And then if you're in the top 100, I think you get 150 diamonds every day. And then if you're in the top 50, I think you get 200 top 20, you get 220. And then the top 10 is all different numbers for all the ranks. You know, it goes all the way up to top. When you're in number one spot, you get 500 diamonds. It's a big deal. You know, if you try to get that, you gotta go somewhere where you could be competitive and get there. It's not easy on jumping on a new server. I mean, an old server. And but if you jump on an old server, you get a lot of experiences, and you get to challenge yourself really hard. You jump on a new server, it probably won't be too many people on there yet. It'll be just, you know, starting up, so you have, like, the slate is fair. But the only thing about that, you may get accustomed to playing on that new server, and all of a sudden they merge you into our server. So now you've been taking everything for granted, and then you get put in the ring with the big dogs. It's like you getting put in the ring with Mike Tyson in his prime. and you ain't got no trading. So, I mean, I don't think you can really go wrong if you just come in to try to enjoy the game. You know, Server 212 is an amazing place to be. You know, there's a lot of good people on here, man, good guilds. Of course, my guilds are the best, Nemesis and LDN. These are we are a joint guild, but we're the best guild out there, you know, no matter what anybody says. Alright, so let me hurry up and get through this adventure I started showing you guys. You know, you see I'm not doing the refresh because I don't really necessarily need to spend my diamonds on getting more of these right now. My whole team is +5, and, you know, I don't really need them. So, alright, let me go back to my characters so I can finish explaining that to you. Alright. So, when you upgrade your character, alright, you see I got 137,000 training shields. Usually there's a skill right here, and this is how you add the stages of your evolution of your character. Is adding skills to a certain degree. So this first skill right here is your special. This is his special ultimate power, and it continually it comes with him. He's already got this unlocked. But once you upgrade to plus 2, you're gonna get the second skill. And then once you upgrade to +3, you just get an attribute boost. But then +4 will give you the next skill. And then +5 will give you the next skill. Alright. This is an awakening. The sixth skill is always the fifth skill is always an awakening. Alright. So usually most characters only have 4 skills. Right? But when you have a character that has the awake card on them, means they can transform into something different. And transforming is usually something that gives an extra bonus of having that character. You know, an extra skill or an extra passive skill. The next thing is training. Alright? My thing with training, I typically try to save my training up for 7-day events. And I'm going to make a video on 7-day event on this next 7-day event that's about to start tomorrow. I'll probably make a video at the end of it showing you all I did and didn't do. The 7-day event is just basically a special time each month. It comes along every 21 days where you can do a bunch of tasks and get diamonds, universal stones, which help you get characters, universal soul stones, which help you trade them in and you can get special characters. So that's one of the reasons why I say even if you play for free, there's a route to getting any character you want. Even characters like Naruto, like this character that I told you in my last video, man, don't shoot this high. The problem with this though, you may be able to get Naruto, but if you can't start him up and get his base numbers high, it's kind of counterproductive to even have him. Because the rarity of getting his stones is going to set you back. You want to have somebody where their stones are readily available and you can make them 7-star. Once you make a card 7-star, that opens up all the possibilities and the full potential of that character. If you have a character that's 1 star and you do a bunch of training, you get a sacrifice level up, you awake them. I don't even think you can awake a card that's 1 star, but if you could, if you get their rune jades all up, none of that matters as much as having their stars up. If their stars are low, 3-star, see, I have a 4th, he's 7-star. This is an amazing character. We'll get into character reviews on some other videos. And that's another thing. In the comments below, go ahead and, write some things that you guys might have questions about, characters you might want me to review or talk about. Because I intend on taking these tutorials to a level where I'm giving you the details and strategies of what characters work well together, what characters work best together. If you have a question about your team, you'll be able to leave me a comment and I'll give you my critique on it. Like I said, I'm not trying to brag or nothing, but I am one of the top players in this game on these producers game on Deep Sea. I have no clue what any other these copycat games are and who's the strongest there and what the top looks like, but I'm usually in the rankings. If I show you the arena and guild, not guild, but I show you the arena and the Grand Magic games. The arenas, this is like the arena from Dragon Ball. You see, I'm ranked 16 on this server. There's probably at least 1,000 people on this server, and I'm ranked 16. So I mean, I do have the experience to at least say I know what the hell I'm talking about. Grand Magic games. This is pretty much everybody on this producer's games. All servers compete right here. See, server 212. That's my partner Guts, IQ Guts. IQ Retaliation, server 212. You see, we all pretty much are in the top 50. Server 212 is in the top 50 guaranteed, and the top 10 is our basically our server and our guild. Strike, he's our guild, one of our guild leaders. Blood, another one of our guild leaders. Madar, he's not in our guild. Hit is another one of our guild leaders. So basically, I get information from these guys too. We in guild chat. They've took me a long way myself. So there's knowledge that you can get from just watching this channel and the things that I'm taking the time out to explain to you. I went so far as it took me a little while to get this next video up because I went so far as to get a new phone. I didn't like the quality of the video that I was making, so I wanted to get a better phone and let you guys actually see the graphics that play a lot better, But let me give you an example of what I mean by focusing on one character at a time. There's no purpose of having 5 weak characters when you can have 1 strong character. If you have 1 strong character, that 1 strong character can demolish a whole team. This is just Madar, and he's not really a heavy output guy. He's a tank. He's somebody that stands in front and just blocks for everybody, absorbs all the damage. But even he'll come through if you're fighting somebody weak and kill everybody. So you that's one of the things you want to focus on. If you're playing for free, you want to get 1 character that you deal with and you like. And it's not saying that you're stuck with that particular character for the rest of the game. How I had my 4th, he's 7 stars. But even though he's 7 stars, I don't use him. He doesn't have anything in him. I took everything out of him, all his training, all his rune jade, all his awake, and I inherited it to somebody else. I believe I inherited it to Naruto, to Chosen One. All right. So that doesn't mean that you'll be stuck with 1 character. That just means that the character that you have holding the items and the resources needs to go all in 1 pool. You don't need to spread your resources out like that because it's hard to get. Your resources are hard to acquire on this game. It takes a while to acquire a lot of resources, and especially when you start getting in. Now, this is one thing. Once you start getting into soaring and God souling and God omega leveling, you better be sure that this is the character you want to put that stuff into, because it's so hard to get that type of resource of God power and God soul. So you want to make sure that you want to stick with this character and see him for the long haul, because those resources you can't get back. God power, God soul. Well, God soul to come back out of him, but God power won't come back out of him. And let me show you what God power is. I'll show you what God power is. For all of you who don't know. So I'm trying to take him from SS to Omega. His card turns red from gold. Alright? And he's at level 9 right now. It takes 10 levels of Omega leveling to get to Omega. I need 90,000 of God power and 30,000 of God soul, and then I gotta sacrifice so much here to get my odds up for it to be successful. And if it's not successful, 9 times out of 10, all of this stuff is gone. I never tried it. I remember I had a friend back in the day. He got it to 99.9%, and he tried it and he didn't get it, and he lost everything he just put into it. And so I've never tried it any less than 100% odds. But the sacrifices that you need is basically, you can either use these sacrifice stones here, or you can use characters. And green characters, green card, B card characters, they give you 5. They give you +5 to the total of whatever the total is that you need. And purple cards and blue cards give you a little higher. Blue cards give you 8. And purple cards give you 12. SS cards give you 20. Gold cards give you 60. But I would never recommend doing that with the gold cards, unless you just know you're never finna use that character. You already got that character and you just got him for a fetter, and you want to hurry up and God level somebody. Then I can, kind of justify doing that. Otherwise, don't do that. These are so hard. These characters are so hard to get, the gold cards, that you got to just hold on to them just because. Because if you do end up getting enough to have a 5-star Ichigo or something like that, and you're playing for free, that is a powerful, powerful force. That's a powerful, powerful character to put on the team, on your lineup. He's a standalone character. These SS cards, these triple S cards, they're standalone characters. They don't need help. Majority of them don't need help in any kind of way, as long as you power them all the way up. All right. So let's see. All right. So I went over your skills, which you just got to unlock by upgrades. All right. Let me show you an example of an upgrade real quick. Let me upgrade Lee. All right. So when you select this item here that I'm circling with my icon, my pointer, you go inside and you gotta raid for this item inside of his screen. So we have 3 different lineups that you have to get. You go in here and you kill them. That's enough to kill them. You go in here, you kill these guys here. All right. And they reward you with one of these items that you have to forge. All right. Once you forge that, you see I'm out of stamina. You're supposed to have 100 of those. I did some earlier, but you could buy some more. For the sake of this purchase, for the sake of this video, I'm going to purchase some more. Alright? And once you loot that, once you do it once, you could loot it automatically. Alright, so now I got 5 out of 5 that I need to make this one. Alright, so forge it. And now you can upgrade. So I unlock a new skill. Kick like Cyclone, cause physical damage to everybody. He will now be +1. And the goal is to get him to +5. I don't know why I want that, man. What the heck? That's happened before. I don't know what was going on with that. Alright. But once you unlock your characters, they get a plus to them, and that just makes them stronger and gives them an extra technique. Alright. Another thing I recommend for you guys that's just playing, just starting to play, if you start off with one character, you have front, mid, and back wards that improve your attributes. Wherever you go with that one character that you're starting off with to be competitive, only upgrade the ward that they're in. So if you have a mid-row character, like Chosen One, alright? Like Chosen One. And you can only place him in the mid-row somewhere. And that's the only character that you're invested in, the one that you're putting all your resources into. Make sure that you go to mid ward every time and max your mid ward out before you do anything with the back ward. Give them first dibs. Give your mid ward first dibs. Once you stop using certain items to level up, and you're just stacking those items up, and you can always upgrade. You can't upgrade your mid ward no more, but you can upgrade your back or your front. Then do your back or front. Give priority to your mid, because that's where your character that you're putting all your power into is. You see, so you wanna make sure that you stay on that type of focus when you building up your character. All right, so that's all I have for today on your character. Remember there's 5 golden rules. I think I haven't really even touched on them yet. But just remember the first ones right now is don't spend your diamonds. Don't spend anything that you can get for free. If you can get it for free and it's just about time, like say even your vitality, if it's about time, just wait for the time to go by. You know, because the diamonds are very important. Unless you're like me and you have your V cards. If you have your V cards and you spend that $10 a month on your V cards, then hey, you know, maybe a little bit of splurging here and there won't be a problem. If you another trick that I do with my spending, all right, so with the training, I went over training a little bit, but over here if you come to training, the way that I rack up these a lot, I would typically spend whatever I could at the training monster. Alright, let me show you real quick. I think I already did mine, so I won't be able to do it again. I don't do this anymore because everybody on my team is already maxed out trained, so I just do it regularly now. So when you come into the training monster, spend you fight, you get 2 free tries. So when you get those 2 free tries, at the end of it, it asks you, do you want to double what you got, how many you earned? Do that every time. At least 100 diamonds when you're in your training phase for your character. Once your character gets to 100%, that's when you can start focusing on training other characters. And another thing, use your gold in your training. You want to save your training shields as much as possible. That's just me. That's my opinion. That's something I do. Use your gold. But also, wait till your 7-day event, if possible, to do all your training at one time, because you get a lot of credit for it and diamonds for doing it. All right? So, all right, man. I appreciate you guys watching. I don't want to make this video extra long. It's already at 30 minutes. My next video will be on the golden rule number 2, and we'll get in depth with it. That rule there is basically about maximizing your vitality and your resources and knocking out multiple things at one time. You know, so everything has a purpose. All right. If you have any questions, concerns, we can get into them. I'm going to start doing, I got another account that I just started yesterday. It's going to be my free account, the one that I show you guys as an example of how even if you're free, you can build up everything. You can still be competitive. But the reason why I didn't do anything yet is because I still got to go through this long intro, and I don't really want to make my video about me going through the intro. You guys can watch the intro and do the intro yourself. Just remember this: when you do the intro, do not spend your diamonds. All right? Just that you're going to get a lot of diamonds out here in the adventure, in the battle. All right? They'll keep taking you to the battle. Right? And down here, you see these chests. Every time you get 7 stars, all right, so say for instance, each time you win, you get rated off of how many people survived. If everybody survived on your team, you get 3 stars. If one person dies on your team, you lose a star. If 2 people die on your team, you lose 2 stars. So the key is you want to try to get 3 stars every time you beat a level. All right, so when you come in and you get these chests, you're getting so many diamonds. I mean, I might make a video on just how many diamonds I acquired from just these chests from all these different levels, you know. So that'll be another video. I want to thank you guys for watching. Subscribe. All the love I'm getting on Viva Video, you know, I appreciate it, man. Come on back, man. Follow me on Viva Video, and like and subscribe me on YouTube. And I'll keep these things coming. Don't forget your questions, concerns, comments. Help me help you. Let me know what you need to know. Let me know what you're confused on, and I'll get you through it. All right? And I'm out.